In oak and beech leaves, they'll rattle in the wind. All right. From this far away, you can see both species. The oaks tend to hold on to their leaves well into late winter. It's February and they're still there. And because they're high and dry and being aired out and paper thin, they make outstanding tinder bundles. Okay. Oaks are part of our annual routine. We anticipate, even in the middle of the summer, we're looking for those emergent acorns in hopes that it's going to be a banner year. And some years are really disappointing. Last year we found a really good spot, and now we were pretty locked on to ideas of where we're going to go for our massed crops of oaks. Oak is a staple to get us through the winter, just like the original nations here and around the world. Harvesting oak acorns by the gallon. How much we get? 120 gallons last year to make into flour for pancakes and breads, to make into hummus. Not only is it delicious and sustaining, it's plentiful and free. Nothing builds community like gathering around a bunch of oaks and getting a bunch of acorns and laughing really hard as people drive by because you're in a public park or a cemetery and just get like garbage canfuls of oak nuts. Okay?
Throwing acorns at each other.
It's a really important part of the rhythm of what we do. Oaks and beech both have high degrees of tannins. Tannic acid is an important medicine for us, but you should also know it's an anti-nutrient if you ingest it. So we do take it internally, but we take it internally as a deliberate medication, not as a food. Okay? We have to leach those tannins out in order to eat oaks, and that is the nuts as well as the inner bark. In emergencies, we can eat oak inner bark, but we'd have to prepare it the same way we leach the acorn meat. Okay. Those tannins, however, as an astringent antimicrobial wash, are probably the staple hygiene wash in camp. They're also good as a mouth rinse, killing the destructive flora and fauna in our mouths and tightening the gums at the same time. They're good for preventing impetigo in the armpits and in the crotch, right? So you can sponge down with an oak wash and a sphagnum moss sponge. Wash your feet, your hands. It's great for part of your descenting regimen. If you have sunburn or insect bites or poison ivy, when you wash with tannic acid, and the reason it's called tannic acid is because it literally tans your own hide. It curdles the proteins in your skin, creating a band-aid out of the first 2 or 3 layers of skin that will slough off like dandruff and reveal brand new skin underneath. It takes the itch and seeping issues away from poison ivy instantaneously in most cases. Not in all, but in like 80% or greater of poison ivy issues. You don't have to go to steroids. If you try oak first, you'll prevent a lot of grief issues later on with modern medicine. Okay? And go ahead.
How do you like extract?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Boil it. You can boil the leaves, the acorns, or the twigs until the water turns into a deep iced tea color. And that's the tannins, right? And that'll keep in a refrigerated condition, like today, for a good 2 weeks.
Leaching acorn nut meat. Is that, when you use that?
We're going to do that differently. We're going to cold steep as we leach the tannins out of the acorn meat. Because if we boil it, what will happen is it'll destroy some of the properties of the proteins in the nut meat, and it won't stick together on its own anymore. So we're going to use cold running water or pour off the water numerous times over a period of 4 to 5 days until the acorn is bitter. Oh,